What's up guys, this is Tampa Tech, and if you're like me and you want to learn guitar, then Rocksmith 2014 is going to be the fastest, easiest way to learn guitar, whether it's bass guitar or lead guitar. You just plug in your electric guitar into this cable and you can play along with your favorite songs. They even have game modes and lessons. However, the only flaw of the Rocksmith 2014 game is the cable that it comes with. Basically, it's a standard guitar cable on one end, and on the other end, there's a little circuit board that connects to this USB cable that you could plug it into your, I guess, your PlayStation, Xbox, or even your PC. After a few months, I guess, this cable will eventually go bad. You start to hear buzzing, or when you're tuning your guitar, it'll cut in and out and messing up your tuning. It's usually a bad cable, a Rocksmith cable. So you'll know this if when you unplug the cable and the buzzing stops. That could be the cable or the guitar. Alright, so now when I lower the master volume on the guitar, I still hear buzzing. That lets you know that it's the cable. If you're interested in how to fix the bad connection in your electric guitar, check out the link in the video description below. If you don't want to learn how to fix these cables and you just want to buy another one, check out the Amazon link in the video description below. That link supports the channel at no extra cost to you guys. This is just a standard connection. On the other end, there's a circuit board and the USB connection, but that connection usually doesn't go bad. It's this connection that tends to go bad, and for many reasons. When you unplug the cable, sometimes some people grab the wire and then unplug it from the guitar, which causes stress on the solder joints inside this connector. Well, you most likely have a bad solder connection inside the connector. But the problem is that this connector is not serviceable. Another way that these connectors go bad is sometimes when you plug it into your electric guitar like this, and you accidentally bump into the wall or accidentally bump into, like, you drop your guitar and it hits the ground. And when it hits the ground, sometimes it may hit this connection right here or the cable, and might cause the prong to bend. In this case, that's what happened. My kids were playing guitar. I think one of them dropped their guitar and it landed on this connector and it bent the prong. Well, you can try to bend it back, but if you do that, you're gonna break the connections even worse than they already are, because the connections in here are very delicate. So one, don't ever unplug it using the wire. Unplug it using the connector. And then two, make sure you don't drop your guitar on the ground. Always use a guitar strap. Now this is an extra cable I haven't used in a long time, but what's cool about this cable is it has a serviceable connector. You can just unscrew it and solder the joints right here. Alright, so once you remove the cover, then it exposes the solder connections. We're gonna move that over and take this and bend it out. We're gonna snip it right there, and then next we're gonna snip the wire right there. Actually, it just fell off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just cut off the end right here. Pop. All right, first you wanna go ahead and slide down the sleeve on the connector that you wanna install. You wanna make sure the thread is facing outward. So when you put it on, the threads are gonna face right here outward. So you can screw it on later. And then you want to spin this, and then we're going to clamp this down. So we're going to measure, and right about there where the cable ends, right here where the threads begin, that's going to be a good spot. And you want to put your thumbnail right there so you know where to strip off the wires. There you go. Now the braid is going to be the negative, the ground, and then the white is the signal wire. I'm going to just twist that around. Make sure there's no slices into the white wire, because that can ground out the signal, and then the cable won't work. And it looks like we're good. There's no, yeah, the wire is perfect. So let's go ahead now and clamp this down. So I'm gonna put it right here, and then now what you want to do is you want to clamp down on the wire. right. And then you want to tug on it, make sure it's not gonna come off. All right, next, I'm gonna take the ground wire and wrap it around here. To make it a good solder connection, we're just gonna scratch the surface right here. It's gonna clean that connection, and then I have flux, and that's gonna help clean the surface and help bond the solder to the wire. And I'm gonna heat up the wire and push down and just wait until it heats up. There it goes. And then apply the solder. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. And by the way, I'm using leaded solder, 6040 rosin core. It just lasts longer than unleaded solder. Okay, that should be good. Now it's gonna strip off a little bit of right here. There we go. Twist it up, put a little flux on it, clean it up, and then put some right here. You want to check and make sure the ground braid wire is not touching the signal wire. Double check your work and put it all back together. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and screw it in and we're done. Test it out. Alright, so we're going to test out the new cable. So you got one end with the new connection. So next time it breaks, we can actually solder the connections, which is great. And this is the old connector right here. And you can see that it's bent. All right, now we're gonna plug it into the PlayStation 4 and hear, hopefully, silence. Yes! All right, crank it up. My son is going to demonstrate. He learned his guitar skills from Rocksmith 2014. If you found this video informative, give me a big thumbs up. If you know anyone that has Rocksmith and may be interested or find this video useful, go ahead and click on the share button below and share this video to them, help someone out. And if you just want to buy the Ubisoft cable or you want to buy Rocksmith 2014 game, check out the links in the video description below. I'm also going to leave a link in the video description below for a solder iron and solder and the guitar connectors. If you want more how-to videos like this coming your way, subscribe to Tampa Tech, click on the subscribe button down below or right here. And if you want to check out my other tutorials, how to fix more music items or electronics, click on the playlist right here.